Hello, boyos. Welcome to the Spoilercast. We're talking Hawkeye episode
4.
Episode 4. We just watched it yesterday. Jake probably watched it the day before. We're doing it a little later because
Game Awards.
Game Awards, mostly timing. And here are our thoughts on episode 4 of Hawkeye. Jake, you want to start? I feel like you have a lot to say about this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. We just watched the Game Awards. That's also why we're in this setup. We're actually like together.
I was not gonna bring it out.
I can touch you. Normally we're in separate squares. Oh God. Oh God. And we've got Danielle here. Hello,
Yeah.
Danielle.
Hi.
She watched it with us.
Thank
She
you for
watched the
joining
Game
us.
Awards with us.
I'm trying to remember like exactly. Okay, the episode started with them because last week's episode ended with him getting like caught by the stepdad.
Right.
And I kind of like the fact that it went into just like there was no fight. It was just like let's have a conversation.
I liked that until that conversation just didn't make any sense to me. Like they were there, and he pointed the thing at the helm intruder, right? And he's like, "Oh shit, you're Hawkeye. There's a reason you're here."
Right.
And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then they invite him to not dinner because they're not eating.
They were just having some tea.
They're just talking.
Yeah.
And they're like, so you're working with our daughter. And he's like, yeah, but also no. And like, I feel like the dialogue and the whole episode it just didn't feel right. None of it felt right. None of it felt authentic.
I think it made sense. It made sense to me in the fact that like they know what's going on.
Yeah,
Well,
you can
she
definitely tell
does.
that the guy and the girl,
Yeah.
or
Like
the woman.
I think the
dad.
mom definitely knows. I think the dad is a pawn.
I think she's the henchman, but they're trying to make the guy seem like,
yeah,
because
like
that's what the girl thinks, and it's like, well, what does the girl really know? You know?
Right.
he's a red herring.
I think he's going to be a good guy, and he's going
scapegoat.
to end up taking like
Getting
Hawkeye's
framed or
side or
something.
whatever.
Oh, or that.
And he's going to be like, "Whoa, I didn't realize that you killed my dad." You know.
But regardless of that, I feel like they know what's going on, but they're also like, we can't fucking kill Hawkeye right here because that's Hawkeye.
Right.
And if we kill him, that's a bad thing. The one problem I had with the show, and we can get into this if you want, but you know, the whole watch thing. Okay. Who's the watch? But then also,
Oh yeah.
they're taking notes about his wife and kids.
Right.
Is he keeping his wife and kids secret? Is that a secret? Because he was flaunting them around New York to
Right.
see a goddamn play earlier.
Right.
So is that a fucking secret?
That's a good point.
Right. No.
It's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah. And also, what the fuck is the deal with his arrows?
What do you mean?
There's only so many
They always got to refetch
arrows.
them.
He's got to go find them after he shoots them. So fucking
Sounds like a video game quest.
Like Avengers was just him launching arrows, and then at the end of Avengers, he's just walking around like picking up arrows. Like, well, I'm gonna need these.
Well, I feel like he doesn't work for the Avengers anymore. So like he has a limited supply now. So
It's still weird because it's all about like his special tips that he has and all the different things those do. And it's like once fired, they've gone. Like, you know, the arrow is just an arrow.
I thought it was just like the what do they call it? LARPers got them because of
Because one of
They
them
have the
works at the
NYPD.
police station.
right.
Mhm.
And he's like, I need some more fucking arrows. Like cool arrows.
I like that. I felt like that gave it like that video game vibe. Like the LARPers are on your side, meet them in the park, and you know they'll help you with
And-
this side
And
quest.
all they want to do is make costumes.
I also really I just really was vibing on Hawkeye and Kate. Like I was
Christmas
just
party.
yeah, when they got together and they're getting drunk
Yeah.
on daiquiris, you
I
know,
thought
like
it turned really quickly to serious.
what do you mean?
Like it was really fun, and then all of a sudden she's like, "You're Ronan, aren't you?" And I was like, "Whoa!"
I liked
this
that,
got
though.
Fucking
I liked
deep,
that,
like,
though, 'cause
really
it's like-
quick.
they got drunk on daiquiris and they're like, all right, let's have a serious fucking conversation now. Now that we were playing around with our fucking coins and shit. And also, ever since that moment, I kind of noticed she was a bit darker towards him, like a little bit more like distant. Even towards the end of the episode, it was just sort of like she's still like, that's Hawkeye, but she seemed a little bit more I don't know, like, I don't want to fuck with this guy as heavy anymore. But maybe I'm reading too into that.
I didn't get that really.
Because she was like immediately like, okay, I'm going to bed. Fuck this. You're fucking Ronin. You killed people. You're not who I thought you were.
The way I saw it was that she was like, I've struck a nerve. It's probably best for me not to go through this, you know? And he's like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about this. And I think she was like, I get it.
But I also just read it as like, you're not exactly who I thought you were. Like, you're not this perfect hero that I thought you were.
Well, of course not. Don't meet your heroes.
But like,
Ever.
yeah, I think that's what this show is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes. But also, what was I gonna say? I don't fucking know. I was gonna say something.
You got something? Something to add?
I like that whole scene though, with them hanging out.
Yeah, I did like that.
Him like teaching her. I also really like the fact that this is such a good way to explain like why they have these like cartoonish fucking outfits. It's like the LARPers are making them for you, you know?
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But I didn't like that. That's like their whole personality is. I LARP,
That's not their whole personality.
isn't it?
But it is like they're nerds. But then it's also like, you know, one of them was like married. I like that scene too, where she's like,
my wife embroidered my bag.
it's his bombshell. I thought that was funny.
Please make sure I get the bag back.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
I thought that was interesting because that's kind of a take that you don't really consciously think about when you're watching like an Avengers movie and they're like, here's the bag of shit. And you're like, thanks. Like, whose bag is that? Because a duffel bag ain't cheap.
It's not cheap. Well, especially for like normal people.
Yeah. And they're like, that's my bag.
Yeah, that's
Please.
there's
These handles are
sentiment
made out of
behind that one.
leather.
Yeah, there's sentiment behind that one. It's like physically embroidered. Why did he have to take the bag?
Because he isn't.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Just take the arrows out.
You're in your apartment.
It was just the arrows.
Put 'em in-
He's got a quiver.
Put them in your quiver. Yeah.
Like, okay,
I thought
you
that
need
was
to
weird
take
too.
the bag.
But maybe
Yeah.
there's like a ton in there. But it was weird. I think that was really just there to make
Here's
a
all
joke.
your arrows from 2012 to present.
Yeah,
I really,
NYPD's been
they
holding
were
on
all in
to.
this one single precinct.
I really felt like that was there just to make a joke,
Yeah, and then
which is fine. It's
and
fine.
then you got the.
I laughed.
I felt like this just kind of went through everything really quick because one minute we're at the apartment with his parents or the house with his parents with her parents, and then we're in his apartment with the Halloween stuff, the Christmas stuff, and then the next thing we're in her apartment.
Yeah, we're
fighting, and I was like, wow, that just kind of moved really quickly. It went
I
from
felt
like
that too.
it went from like one scene to a completely different scene to a completely different scene.
I was really tired last night when we watched
That is how
it.
shows work.
And I thought like I fell asleep and missed a whole bunch. So I rewatched those parts today and I'm like, no, I was only asleep for like 5 minutes. I really didn't miss much at all. It just really did hop.
I thought it was
from
really
scene to
well
scene.
paced actually, because I thought it was just like we're getting from one thing to one thing, and I felt like a lot of stuff happened in a nice like 40-minute episode. And I think this was a setup episode because next week is like the penultimate episode, and then the episode after that is the finale.
But
You know,
I think the third episode that we watched where they're captured, we start in the warehouse, like the toy store, and then they escape the toy store. We're on a bridge, and I think that's the end of and then we're at the apartment. That's the end of the episode. You have two locations, and that all links together kind of seamlessly. Like, you're escaping this place, now you're here, and then you're on a bus to get to your house, or you're on the train to get
there's
to your
more
house.
to that.
But like this episode was just like, you're at her apartment, you're not at her apartment anymore. She apparently
there
left,
were 3 locations, in
but
this.
she leaves her apartment just like willy-nilly. She's like, oh, I feel bad he's not with his family. I'm going to leave my family? Like, we don't get that exposition of like how she leaves or why she leaves or where she leaves. And it's just like, okay. And then we skip directly into the next night. Like, we miss an entire day.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean we miss an entire day?
We miss an entire day. They're hanging out all night.
Yeah.
And then
That entire day, she goes and gets the fucking LARPers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the day.
and he goes and intimidates a guy. I just feel like
What
that.
do you mean? I'm confused. Because, like, and I also felt like he was trying to be like, okay, now you just stay with them for a minute. Because I need some distance. I think he just kind of wants to get rid of Kate. But then she showed up and was like, hey, I got these movies. I'm here to help you. And he's like, all right. I'll fucking... And also, I did some digging, and turns out your stepdad is a bad guy. You know? And, like, it's only 3 locations that they're at. They're at the apartment, they're at her apartment, and then they're at the Echo's apartment at the end.
Right.
I don't understand what
I
you
just
mean.
felt like that was so choppy. Like there was no
3
there was no
locations.
transitions between any of those scenes. I just felt like it went boom, 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 and I was like, that's it. That's the whole. It felt quick to me. It felt too quick for. But I understand there are only
I feel like it
6
felt quick
episodes.
because it was well paced, though. It's like that was so well paced that felt like that was 20 minutes when in reality it was 40. You know? Like it felt short. I feel the same about The Force Awakens, where it's like every time I watch The Force Awakens, I'm like, that felt like an hour long, when in reality that was 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that way about last night's episode of Hawkeye, where I'm like, that was so fun and enjoyable that felt like a 20-minute episode, you know, when in reality it was 45. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you, whose watch is that?
Whose watch is the Rolex that we don't really get a backstory for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a theory.
Her
Could be.
dad's, Echo's dad's watch.
Okay.
Was it a watch that was in the auction?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of been the MacGuffin of the entire show.
Yeah, it was a black market auction.
Mm-hmm.
And in this episode, he's like, you know, if they get that watch, someone's identity that I'm friends with will be revealed.
Oh, well then maybe it's not her dad. Maybe it's
I have a theory.
okay. What's your theory?
My theory is his wife, Hawkeye's wife,
Mm-hmm.
Laura,
Okay.
was like a SHIELD agent or something. Like, and she's actually in hiding. And she's like, I don't want people to know who I am. And that watch was her watch. And that's why it was in Avenger Tower.
It looked like a male watch.
It looked like a woman watch to me.
Oh,
Take a bathroom break.
okay.
Be right back.
All right.
Danny's out of here. She's got to.
She doesn't care.
She's got to.
do care.
Doesn't care.
She's got to poop, dude. Let her poop.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was okay. I liked the last episode much more.
I think I liked the last episode more too, but I still liked this one. I also liked the reveal of Yelena. Like, we all knew that was Yelena.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I was like, yeah, Yelena. And I also like that, like, kind of look. It's so perfect to me, because it's like, oh, we're setting it up. Yelena and Kate are going to be friends.
Right.
And it's so perfect to me because it's like in Black Widow, Yelena's like, you're such a poser. You're such a poser. Like, you know, you try too hard. And Kate's like, you don't try hard enough, you know, to Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these two are going to mesh really well together. And I'm excited to see how that goes down.
Why don't you think she killed him?
Killed who?
Hawkeye.
Killed what?
Why don't you think Yelena killed Hawkeye?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? She's out to kill him.
Yeah.
And she had so many opportunities to do so, and she chose not to. She literally walked away as he was beaten.
No, because she had the arrow drawn on her. Kate did. And she's like, don't do that. And then she dipped out.
No, yeah, she said, "Don't shoot me."
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then she put the arrow back. I
Yeah, and that's why Yelena...
That whole scene was just so... I didn't like that whole fight scene. It just felt very...
Well, I think there's more to
confusing.
There's more to be unraveled there, for sure. Which I'm not too sure of yet. But it felt to me like, yeah, she's trying to kill Hawkeye, but she doesn't want to kill Kate. You know? She doesn't want to kill Kate. And she was about to kill Hawkeye, but then Kate, like, held the fucking arrow to her. And she's like, oh... I'm going to dip out. Don't shoot me. You trust me. This guy's bad. And that's what I mean. Like when she found out that Hawkeye was Ronin, to me, it felt like she was a bit more distant after that.
Right.
And was like, I don't know about this guy. And then when Yelena was like, don't shoot me, that's the wrong move. I think she kind of looked at Hawkeye and was like, maybe she's right. That's like the impression I'm getting, where like, Kate is starting to like second guess Hawkeye a bit.
Huh.
That's kind of the impression I'm getting. But I could be wrong. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm excited. I do think we're going to see Kate next episode. Or you think they're going to save it for the last episode?
Kate?
Jesus. Yelena.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see her. We'll definitely see Yelena.
We'll definitely see Kate next episode.
Like, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Yelena. I mean.
I think there's 2 episodes left.
Right.
So we got to finish up whatever the fuck is going on with her parents. And we got to finish. That's like the number one thing. And then we have to get like some sort of closure or set up to whatever Yelena is going to do. And then also we got to get some sort of setup for Kate Bishop as Hawkeye as well.
I feel like this whole show is that. But I don't know. To me, it feels like they're setting up a lot of shit. And it's like maybe too much.
Yep.
Calm down a little. Because they also had the tease of Kingpin earlier on. And it's like, are we going to see Kingpin?
I don't think we're going to see Kingpin. The more I think about it, I think that was it. I think that's all we get.
I think we'll
I
get...
don't know. They might give us another teaser just at the end to hint towards either a connecting show or season 2.
That's my guess, is like the end is going to be Kingpin.
Otherwise, why would they have that just as a little cameo?
Just a little cameo.
Well, and also, what if this? Now hear me out. We're all assuming that Avengers Tower is going to be the Baxter building, you know, the Fantastic Four or whatever. What if Kingpin buys it? And that's how the show ends, with Kingpin buying the building.
Buying Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
And that would lead right into Spider-Man, probably.
Yeah. Well, maybe not, though. Maybe at the end of this show, it's like, hey, there's another episode. There's another fucking season of Daredevil coming out. Which would be fucking
That would
wild.
be a great way to announce that.
Oh my God, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be so
Be
cool.
fucking wild.
Because to me, this show is the most Daredevil of the Disney shows so far. I love this show so far.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
This and Falcon Winter Soldier.
I feel like this show more so feels more grounded and a bit more, like city level. Where like Falcon and Winter Soldier was like such a grand threat. You know, we're stopping super soldiers.
Right.
This one's
Well,
like
they had a super
The day
soldier.
to day.
What?
The day to day. It's more day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is just more like, you know, we're fighting dudes who also are good at fighting. But like no one really has like superpowers.
Right.
And you know, it's like black market auctions and
Yeah.
you know, more like underground crime,
Yeah.
That's true.
you know.
That is very Daredevil.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Where do you think the show's going to go? What do you think we'll see?
Oh boy, I have no idea. I don't know enough about the universe to really predict that.
Beautiful. Well, that's the show, everybody. You heard it here first. We don't know what's going to happen next. We'll just have to tune in next week to episode 5. And thanks for watching.
Alan Wake 2, baby. Let's go.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm just hyped about it still.
Okay.
Let's go, Kate.
What?
I was saying something that had nothing. Well, I don't know. We'll see you next week.
Okay,
These
bye.
guys will see you next week.
Is Kate gonna be in episode 7? 7.
What?
7.
5.
Kate
5.
will be in episode 5.
Do we think she'll actually be in it though?
Kate?
I think she will
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate.
Yeah. Do you think Kate's gonna be in
Yeah,
it?
Kate Bishop is
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, looks like we're all in
Think
agreement.
Clint's gonna be in it?
No, he'll die before the
Oh
episode
my
airs.
gosh.
What about his clit? Sorry. Anyway.
Wow.
Clint?
Okay, let's cut that out.
No bleep. Bio boyos.
Bio boyos.